Hello, cellists. One of the most important things we can learn is how to read music on the instrument. And many of you already read music. You understand the basics, but you maybe learn it with a piano background or with another instrument. Others of you are starting all the way from scratch. Just my 2 bits, I don't think that you have to wait to learn to read music until you can play the cello well. And I don't think that you have to learn to read music before you can approach the instrument, right? We learn to play, and as we go, we learn to read. So I'm excited to be giving you more and more exercises. I use a book by Schroeder called 170 Foundational Studies. It's been around forever. I wouldn't say that there's one, exercise book that's standard that everybody uses, but this is one of the easier ones to find, and a lot of people use it. Schroeder took studies not only that he did, but from all sorts of different locations and combined them into 2-volume set that has 170 studies that goes through very basic to very, very advanced playing. So that's what we're going to use just as a note reading exercise. See if you can pick one up, because we've got to start somewhere. Okay, reading bass clef on the cello. The top line, there are 5 lines that go across the staff. The top line is your top string, which is A. The middle line of those 5 lines is your middle string, the D. And the bottom line of the bass clef is your bottom string, the G. And then we've got the C string, which is our basement string, right? So we've got the bottom line, and then there's a ledger line that gives us this low C, super low. So top, middle, bottom, basement help you with those A, D, G, and C. There are lots of mnemonic devices that we can use, but you're going to be doing this by sight, by just looking at the page. So we're going to start with the very first exercise of the Schroeder. I want to pluck it, and I want to get you going with rhythms while we read notes. This exercise only has open strings, so you're not going to worry about the left hand at all. To keep it as simple as possible, we're going to keep the bow down for now. All right, and just pluck. So you make an L, put your thumb in the middle, somewhere between the top and the bottom of this portion of the fingerboard, right in the middle, and then we're just going to grab the string and do it. As you pluck, I want you to say the name of the note that you're plucking, so that you can get used to saying A, D, G, C, so that we can verbalize that learning. So if you don't know your rhythms, a whole note gets 4 beats. A half note gets 2 beats. A quarter note gets 1 beat. And that's all we're going to be dealing with in this exercise. But when you see these open notes, look kind of like an open egg, that's your whole note. And then if there's a line next to it, if there's a staff, it'll be a half note. If it's filled in, it'll be a quarter note. Most of you catch on to this very quickly. So I'd like to start with a metronome so that we get the rhythms right. I start at 112. You could do anywhere between 100 and 120 would be fine. Ready? It starts on open A. 1, 2, 3, go. A. A. D. D. G. G. C. C. G. D. A. D. G. C. G. D. A. D. Quarter notes. A. D. 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 G. 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 C. 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 G. G. D. D. A. D. D. G. C. G. D. A. D. D. A. D. G. C. C. G. D. A. D. G. C. C. G. D. G. D. D. A. D. G. G. D. G. D. A. D. G. C. 2, 3, 4. Okay, how did you do? So many people have a hard time at the quarter notes when they start coming hot and heavy. A, D, G, C, C. You're all back and forth. That's just a matter of practice and getting used to looking at that note and saying, I know right where that is, and I know the name of that note. And that's how we learn to read music on the cello. Right? It's one thing to be able to look at a note and say, oh, every good dog, right? No, we need to just look and know that is a D and play a D. The more immediate we can make it, the more we can take out that process of translating or using a mnemonic device and just play and say, then the more fluent you will be on your instrument. So, for those of you who have been through this a few times and you think that you're ready to pick up the bow, let's see how that goes. It does add a little bit more complexity to it, but at the end of the day, we have to learn to do all of these things simultaneously. 1, 2, 3, go. A, D, D, G, G, C, C, G, D, A, D. Here's half notes. G, C, G, D, A, D, A, How did you do? Okay, so we will get going on other fingers, on getting some of these other fingers down in the subsequent videos. Go pick up a Schroeder if you don't already have it. Get used to saying and playing both plucking and arco. Welcome to the world of music readers. Happy practicing, cellists.